Today's a special day because today we're at Martini's, Valpo's original scratch kitchen. Chef, thanks for having us.
Welcome.
So what are we having today, Chef?
Today I'm going to make a Greek dessert called ekmek. It's something that people cannot buy frozen, so therefore you're not going to find it in too many restaurants because you can buy it and nobody's really doing any desserts from scratch anymore. So a lot of customers ask me to show them how everything is done. So I'm going to show you step by step how it's done. So I'm going to start by opening the knife. This is called kataifi. You can buy it at the Greek store. And here we have clarified butter. Butter all over the bottom of the pan. Then you're going to take the filo. This is the same thing as the filo, but this is shredded.
And what is this, Chef Louie?
This is called kataifi. It's shredded filo. So you basically have to take it apart.
And where does this come from?
I buy from Kronos in Chicago for a distributor. They use Contos because my brother-in-law works for Contos in New York. It's like a big shop. So actually, this is Contos. They make very good Greek products. Just a little clarification. This is your regular filo dough that you make baklava or you make most of your pastries. It comes in sheets of very thin dough. They roll it out very thin. It's a Greek company, Cantos, out of New York. They make an excellent job. Now this one is ready filo, so it's for different purposes. It's the same dough, same thing, I think. But as you see, this is a totally different dessert. So what we do is we're going to separate it, put it in there, the pan. So once I have basically the same amount everywhere, take a lot of butter. You have to use clarified butter because if you use regular butter, the water particles will burn. This way it will just turn nice and thin. Now I have it ready. I'm going to throw it in the oven for like 10 minutes. I'll see you in a little bit.
A few moments later.
And now I'm going to make the syrup. So we're going to put in sugar, water, and some honey for the end. And you add some cold water. Some cinnamon sticks. And some cloves. Grab some lemon. Okay. So now I'll lower the flame so that way I'll let it cook slowly because we're going to do some more stuff. So now while the other one is cooking, while the I'm going to make baklava. Baklava is similar, but it doesn't have the pastry here. So it starts over again with the same thing. As you can see, this pan, I make it twice a week. process that people don't have the time to do, so they get discouraged of them making it. But once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad, it's really easy. The filo dough is just flour and water, and they thin it out extremely thin, as you can see, very thin. So it's very fragile, so you have to be very careful how you handle it. And baklava is nice and crunchy and airy for the reason that that's why we use a lot of butter in each and every layer. Here I have the walnuts already ground up. So I'll put a layer of walnuts. Now the trick with the baklava or the ekmek, anything that you use syrup, is that either the syrup or the baklava or kadayif have to be hot. If they're both hot, then the filo will get mushy. Same thing with the kadayif. So since our syrup is not ready yet, I'm just going to let this cool off, and then I'll come back to it when the syrup is ready and nice and hot. It will be cold, and I'll show you the next step. So now I put the layer of about 15 to 20 filo sheets at the bottom, and I'm going to put the filling, which is the same filling as the ekmek, which is walnuts, cinnamon, a little nutmeg, and cloves. As soon as the syrup starts to boil a little bit, then I will add some honey. I always use clover honey. It has a much better taste and it's darker. It has a nice taste. The base is almost ready. It's nice and tan. Here I have the walnuts already ground up. I'll put a layer of walnuts. Now the trick with the baklava or the ekmek, anything that you use syrup, is that either the syrup or the baklava or kadayif have to be hot. If they're both hot, then the filo will get mushy. Same thing with the kadayif. So since our syrup is not ready yet, I'm just going to let this cool off, and then I'll come back to it when the syrup is ready and nice and hot. It will be cold, and I'll show you the next step. Let's go to the baklava. Okay, so I'm going to throw some of these. So now I put the layer of about 15 to 20 filo sheets at the bottom, and I'm going to put the filling, which is the same filling as the ekmek, which is walnuts, cinnamon, a little nutmeg, and cloves. Okay, lay it all over, so you have enough. The secret is you use good ingredients, all natural. I like all my desserts to be a lot less sweet than most people. So I use just enough sugar or honey to make it, so I don't use too many things. you start the process all over again, putting more filos, and then you layer another layer of walnuts, and then you finish it up. See, it's really easy and simple once you get the trick. You have the hang of it. You don't have to worry if one of the sheets break, because it's going to be covered anyway when the thing finishes. So now I'm going to put another layer. Now I have to cut it. So you have to have a sharp knife, and I cut it 3 inches square. Now we're going to use cloves. We're going to put it on each piece. We'll hold down the top layer, and also infuse some more clove flavor to the baklava. Put some more butter on top, and I'm going to bake it for probably about an hour and a half at very low heat, so that way every layer of filo we get nice and crunchy. Back to the stove. Now we're going to put some onion. Now we're going to go back there. Now the syrup is hot and the ekmek is cold. That's all we want. You have to put enough syrup so that way it will be absorbed by the filo. Let me show you how that's done. What I do is I make the pastry cream on a double boiler, so this way you don't burn the milk. It does take a little bit longer, but the result is the same and the taste is better. You will never burn it. You mix the sugar, the eggs, make sure that it's nice and smooth, put it over the double pot, and slowly put the milk in, the warm milk. Now that the pastry cream is ready, put it over the walnuts. Cover it with saran wrap. good. See, the layers are nice and light. And my syrup now is cold, so we're just going to pour it over.